With a ranching operation, you want an experienced team at your side. Experience is what counts. With over 130 years of experience in the industry and the best reputation nationwide, from small to large-scale operations, at Mason & Morse Ranch Company, our ranch brokers have the experience to pair you with the right opportunity. It takes a lot of know-how to own and operate a working ranch. Our ranch brokers live the lifestyle and will apply that same experience to finding the right property for you. Mason & Morse Ranch Company. We live it to know it.
My wife and I, Becky Jones, own Tumalo Farms. Have owned it since probably 92 or 93. It was a family-owned operation. Aaron Jones, my father-in-law, bought this ranch, and he was into horse racing, and he wanted to model this after the ranches that he had seen in Kentucky. He put this track in down here. He brought all of the sand for the track from the valley because it had to be a special soft sand so that these horses wouldn't become lame. We turned it from a horse ranch into more of a hay ranch. Since there weren't any horses on it, we decided to develop a lot of the land and put it into orchard grass.
Oh, it's incredible. Tumalo Farms is an amazing farm, both for any type of livestock, mainly horses, but also the agricultural potential is incredible. On top of it, it's all pressurized gravity irrigation, which for the long term makes it a very sustainable operation. And then you compound it with the value of the 5 luxury estate tax lots for future redevelopment. Incredible potential with the ponds and Kamloops trout in the Far Pond. This current pond stocked. Wildlife all over the place, including elk, Canadian geese, all sorts of deer. The large bucks love to hang out right in those trees. They're constantly here.
Well, I could see anybody buying this ranch just for the beauty of it. It's incredible, but I can see people from any of the cities, Seattle, LA, wherever they come from, and possibly buying one of the 80s or the whole parcel, but say one of the 80s with the little cabin on it. If they're going to retire in 10 years, it would be a great spot to buy. They could come up a couple weeks in the summer, a couple weeks in the winter, use the cabins, snow ski in the winter, use their pond to paddleboard on, to fish, do whatever they want to do. And then when they decide to retire, they could come up and they could build their dream home on this property wherever they want.
So for someone looking for an incredible farming operation with just an amazing location, it doesn't get any better than Tumalo Farms. And on top of it, there's the large redevelopment potential with the 5 buildable parcels out here and existing dwellings. So perfect family compound, could be a great corporate retreat, just endless potential.
Well, we've done a lot of improvements on the offices and the office in the horse barn, and we're sprucing them up. They look beautiful and nice, and I'm sure it'll surprise people when they come on the ranch and they go into some of these buildings and see how beautiful they are and how functional they are. The views out here at Tumalo Farms are unsurpassed. They're the best in all of Central Oregon. There's very few areas where you get to see all of the sisters mountains come right to the ground, right before your eyes. It's spectacular. You never get tired of the view. Well, I'd like to see somebody take this piece of property and turn it into just a premier piece of property. Central Oregon has all the potential.
Snowy Range Fishing Lodge is an outstanding fly fishing property consisting of approximately 250 acres with nearly 200 acres of irrigated meadows. It is blessed with water rights and boasts 2.5 miles of gold medal trout fishery. Snowy Range Fishing Lodge is located approximately 20 miles west of Laramie, Wyoming. The backdrop of this property is the Snowy Range Mountains to the west. The fishery is comprised of the Little Laramie River, consisting of stretches of ripples along with bends with deep holes. Amenities include a custom fishing lodge, as well as 2 separate sleeping cabins nestled in the cottonwoods. There's an original remodeled homestead barn on the property, which adds a lot of character and aesthetics. Additional feature of this property is the agriculture operations, where native grass hay meadows produce hay for a livestock operation. Includes a full complement of working facilities, shop, and manager's residence. The area is blessed with plentiful wildlife. The streams meander down through cottonwood trees and willows, providing great habitat and cover for this natural environment.
When you invest in a ranch, you're not just buying a piece of land. You're inheriting a legacy. Mason & Morse Ranch Company is recognized as one of America's top real estate land brokerages. Whether you're looking for a working ranch or just a spot to unwind, with some of the best expertise in the industry, Mason & Morse Ranch Company won't just help you find the lifestyle. We will help you live the lifestyle. Mason & Morse Ranch Company. We live it to know it.
If it was 25 years ago, you couldn't pry this ranch away from me. You know, age and along with age comes health. And certain things you can fight, some things you can change, some things you can't. So it's time. I don't have a heck of a lot of choice. Oh, we just had a bunch of cattle and didn't have any place to put them, and I was looking for a ranch, and this one here came available, and I looked at it. I really liked it. It just impressed me the first time I set foot on it.
The location of the Indian Creek Ranch is a great asset. It's close to a 5,000-foot runway, so you could fly into either Ontario or Boise and take helicopters out to the ranch from either location. And once you get into the Indian Creek Ranch, it surrounds the town of Westfall. It also owns the majority of the town, which provides significant redevelopment potential because of the various tax lots and other services in that area. So for someone to come in and want a long-term hold, this ranch has a lot of potential for future redevelopment.
The impressive thing about the Indian Creek Ranch is just the sheer amount of water that comes with this property. Streams and springs, lakes, reservoirs, irrigation wells, just a phenomenal amount of surface and subsurface water, making this a very fine ranch.
They tell me that the water that we have just on Bully Creek is over 20 miles. Unlimited possibilities of things you can do. And below, when we first bought that ranch, the hayfields down below were infested with pheasants.
The Indian Creek Ranch has all the sex appeal. It has the big bucks in the front yard, the elk in the backyard, and fishing right off your front deck. The abundant reservoirs, there's a lot of fishing opportunities as well as the creek.
The mountains to the west allow water to run down the creeks and recharge both the springs that come through the high country and provide adequate stock water as well as water for wildlife on the ranch. The ranch has a lot of native irrigated meadows that have been developed over time. Additionally, there's sprinkler irrigated center pivots. The ranch has adequate improvements, including a large shop, numerous homes, several main set of corrals for working cattle.
It's the ranch in itself, the way it's scattered out is just a wildlife haven for all sorts of big game and bird habitat.
The recreational opportunities are unlimited and untapped, both big game and upland game bird.
One of the greatest potentials on the ranch is the upland game bird hunting that is not being utilized at all. And talking to some of the local folks in that area, they say the greatest challenge is you take one shot and there's so many birds you limit out. You're done for the day. And you limit out multiple types of birds. So abundant quail, abundant pheasant, chukar, you name it. All the waterfowl, it's all throughout the ranch.
I see so many things I could do. When they throw dirt over me, I'm going to be saying, wait a minute, I still got something to do. I'm not through yet. When you get a little long in the tooth like I am, and then you got a few health problems, that you have to face the facts sometimes. Well, I'm hoping that somebody that likes cattle and run it, that would appreciate that ranch and go on with it.
Just a tremendous ranch. We're really pleased to join with Jake Polvian representing this property. Thank you. Floresta Ranch contains 1,650 acres of subalpine and alpine splendor and happens to be one of the prettiest places in the Rocky Mountains. Floresta Ranch is located outside of Crested Butte, Colorado.
One of my passions about the Floresta property is the fact that it's private property, almost completely surrounded by public land. And this property has no easements across it. All mineral rights are intact, all water rights are intact.
Floresta Ranch has a lot of history going back to early day mining in Colorado, with the remnants that can be seen there still today. Since that time, Floresta Ranch has flourished into a mountain paradise. The centerpiece of the ranch is a mountain-style lodge consisting of approximately 5,000 square feet. The materials in the lodge are largely built from those found on the property.
This is a one-of-a-kind. The tall, towering pine trees, the aspen groves on the west side of the property, the snow-capped peaks.
On Floresta Ranch, you can do everything from hunting, fishing, canoeing, four-wheeling, while enjoying the Rocky Mountain splendor.
I guess you could just say it's an endless trail system to the most fabulous views, the most private, secluded spots.
Nothing compares to the thrill of owning your own recreational ranch. From mountain ranges to meadows, forests to a fisherman's retreat, a family getaway, or just miles of road all your own, Mason & Morse Ranch Company has unparalleled experience when it comes to recreational real estate. So when it comes to buying or selling your own sportsman's paradise, let us put our experience to work for you. Mason & Morse, we live it to know it.